Thank you very much for joining us on the program, Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
Good afternoon and welcome to the news at 1. My name is Evan Sunokogi. The Edo State government has described the abduction and killing of Dr. Abdul Momo Tahir in Auchi as unfortunate and deeply regrettable, assuring the public that the incident will not weaken the state's resolve to combat kidnapping and other crimes. In a statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Dr. Patrick Ebojele, the government noted that kidnapping remains a serious concern and has continued to receive focused attention. The statement heightened the recent bush combing security operations across Auchi, Agenibode, Okbila, Fuga, and Onwan areas, which led to arrest and ongoing prosecutions as evidence of the government's commitment to safety. The government called on residents to support security agencies through timely intelligence sharing and expressed condolences to the family of Dr. Abu Momo Tahir, assuring that those responsible will be brought to justice. In the meantime, the Edo State Police Command has recorded significant operational breakthroughs within the past week, including the successful rescue of kidnapped victims through the first drone-assisted operation in the state. According to the statement released by the command's public relations officer, ASP Eno Okoedem, a kidnapping incident was reported at a Bojo Okabigbo community in Etaka West local government area, prompting the immediate deployment of operatives from the J2 division in collaboration with local vigilantes and hunters. In a landmark move, the Commissioner of Police, Monde Agbonika, activated the Eagle Compact Drone Unit for its first rescue operation, which provided real-time aerial intelligence and led to the location of the kidnappers' camp in the early hours of January 9th, 2026. Police operatives subsequently stormed the area, forcing the kidnappers to flee and abandon their locally fabricated AK-49 rifles. 9 victims, comprising 1 adult male, 3 adult females, and 5 children were rescued unhurt. In a related development, 7 members of an armed robbery gang linked to the killing of a POS operator along Murtala Mohammed Way off Saple Road in Benin City were arrested by operatives of the Eagle Raiders Squad. Weapons and a vehicle allegedly used in the operation were recovered, while the suspect reportedly confessed to court-related activities. Further operations led to the recovery of a stolen Lexus 330 SUV and the arrest of one suspect connected to an armed robbery and abduction syndicate, while another suspected armed robber was arrested in Ugege community of Saple Road bypass with firearms recovered. The police command also announced the arrest of suspects involved in an alleged child trafficking syndicate in Urumi, where a newborn baby was safely recovered and evidence of a financial transaction seized. The federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities also will on Wednesday, January 14th, sign a new agreement aimed at improving the university system and maintaining stability in public universities. This was disclosed in an official invitation issued by the Federal Ministry of Education through the University of Education Department and sent to Vice Chancellors and Registrars of federal universities. The agreement includes a proposed 40% salary increase for academic staff and improved pension benefits. Under the pension plan, professors will retire at 70 and receive pensions equal to their full annual salaries, a demand ASU has pushed for over the years. The deal also introduces a new funding agreement for universities covering research, libraries, laboratories, equipment, and staff capacity development. The circular dated January 5, 2025 described the signing as an important step in government-ASU relations. Away from that now, former Governor of Bayelsa State and Senator representing Bayelsa West, Seriake Dixon, has dismissed reports suggesting that he defected from the People's Democratic Party to the African Democratic Congress, ADC, describing the claims as false and misleading. Dixon refuted the speculation in a statement issued by his media aide, Jiri Daniels, stressing that he remains firmly in PDP and has not joined any other political party. According to the statement, the Bayelsa lawmaker is currently observing a period of mourning following the death of the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Lawrence Eworu-Jirakpo, and has consequently withdrawn from active political engagements. While acknowledging that he remains keenly interested in political development, the statement said Dixon assured that after the burial, he would consult widely with friends and political allies across the country before making any political decision, which would be formally announced. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) has filed a lawsuit against the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) over what is described as the Commission's failure to account for the missing or diverted 55.9 billion naira meant for the purchase of smart card readers, ballot papers, result sheets, and other election materials for the 2019 general elections. The grave allegations are documented in the latest annual report published by the Auditor General on 9th September 2025. In the suit filed last Friday at the Federal High Court in Abuja, SERAP is seeking, among others, an order of mandamus to direct and compel INEC to account for the missing or diverted 55.9 billion naira meant to buy smart card readers, ballot papers, and other election materials for the 2019 general elections. SERAP is also seeking an order of mandamus to direct and compel INEC to disclose the names of all contractors paid the said amount for the procurement of smart card readers, ballot papers, result sheets, and other election materials for the 2019 general elections, including the names of their directors and shareholders. No date has been fixed for the hearing of the suits. Former Governor of Sokoto State and Senator representing Sokoto South Senatorial District, Senator Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, has reaffirmed his belief in Nigeria's vast potential, insisting that the country's future remains bright if leaders embrace selfless, inclusive, and people-centered governance. Tambuwal stated this in Sokoto while speaking with journalists on the eve of his 60th birthday celebration, where he reflected on national leadership, youth development, unity, and emerging opposition coalition under the African Democratic Congress ADC. Expressing gratitude to God for good health and a life at 60, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives described the milestone as an opportunity to reflect on Nigeria's journey and the responsibilities of leadership at all levels. According to Tambuwal, the country's greatest need at this moment is the leadership that is genuinely committed to national development and the welfare of the people rather than sectional or personal interests. He maintained that despite present challenges, Nigeria can still be steered towards greatness with a visionary and selfless leadership that prioritizes equity, justice, and opportunity for all citizens. In the meantime, former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo has opened up on how he opposed the emergence of a former Deputy Chief Whip Aminu Tambuwal as the Speaker of the House of Representatives and Emeka Ihedioha as a Deputy Speaker in 2011. He disclosed this in a leadership colloquium and a 60th birthday celebration organized in honor of Tambuwal held at Congress Hall of Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja. Chief Obasanjo, who later emerged as a chairman of the erstwhile ruling party, the People's Democratic Party Board of Trustees, said that the opposition of Tambuwal's emergence as a speaker was informed by party interest and the desire to promote gender inclusion in the leadership of the National Assembly. Obasanjo, who maintained that his position was to promote gender sensitivity, noted that a rebellion by PDP lawmakers was to exercise independence of the parliament. Checks revealed that in the keenly contested election for the Speaker of the Green Chamber, Tambuwal from the northwest defeated his rival for the exalted seats Akande Adeola, incidentally from the southwest. And on the foreign scene, Iranians have taken to the streets again in a new protest against the clerical authorities overnight despite an internet shutdown, as rights groups warned on Sunday that authorities were committing a massacre to quell the demonstrations. The protest, initially sparked by anger over the rising cost of living, have now become a movement against the theocratic regime that has
Some days, there comes the Ugemobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Ugemobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Ọba Tope.
And on sports news, the Super Eagles will be without their captain Wilfred Ndidi for the semi-final clash against Morocco at the ongoing 2025 Africa Cup of Nations following a suspension. And they picked up his second yellow card of the tournament during Nigeria's 2-0 victory over Algeria on Saturday, triggering an automatic one-match ban. He had earlier been booked in the group stage win over Mozambique, leaving him one caution away from a suspension. Although Ndidi was on the disciplinary watch list alongside Calvin Abassi and Frank Oyenka, The Leicester City midfielder was the only one of the trio to receive another booking against the Desert Forces. As a result, Ndidi will miss the semi-final encounter with Morocco, but is expected to be available for selection in either the final or the third place playoff, depending on the Super Eagles' outcome in the last 4 tie. And with that, now we're in the news at this time. Thanking you for watching. My name is Evan Sunokogi. Good afternoon.
Some days, there comes the Ugemobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Ugemobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504.